going to discuss the India's GDP growth. India's GDP has taken a huge jump in recent years. In 2000, India's GDP was $496 billion. By 2022, it had grown $3.3 trillion. This represents an average annual growth rate of 7.5%. There are a number of factors that have contributed to India's economic growth. So let's start together. First factor, a young and growing population. India has a young and growing population. This means that there is a large pool of potential workers which can help to drive economic growth. A rising middle class. India's middle class is growing rapidly. This means there is an increasing demand for goods and services which can also help to drive economic growth. Third one, a growing manufacturing sector. India's manufacturing sector is growing rapidly. This is due to a number of factors including low labor costs, a growing domestic market, and increasing forest investment. The last one, a favorable investment climate. India has a favorable investment climate. This is due to a number of factors including a stable political system, a sound legal system, and a growing market for goods and services. India's economic growth has had a number of positive consequences. This includes, first one, reduced poverty. India's poverty rate has been declining in recent years. This is due to the country's economic growth, which has created jobs and lifted millions of people out of poverty. Improved infrastructure. India's infrastructure has improved in recent years. This is due to the country's economic growth, which has led to increased investments in roads, railways, airports, and other infrastructure projects. Increased foreign investments. Foreign investments in India has increased in recent years. This is due to the country's favorable investment climate and its growing economy. India's economic growth is expected to continue in the coming years. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) has forecast that India's GDP will grow by 7.2% in 2023 and 7.3% in 2024. This growth is expected to be driven by a number of factors including continued investment in infrastructure, a growing manufacturing sector, and a rising middle class. India's economic growth is a positive development for the country and for the world. It has helped to reduce poverty, improve infrastructure, and attract foreign investment. India is poised to become a major economic power in 21st century. Challenges to India's economic growth. While India's economic growth has been impressive, there are a number of challenges that country faces. These include, first one, inequality. India's economic growth has not been evenly distributed. The richest 1% of India control more than 50% of the country's wealth. This inequality can lead to social unrest and instability. Corruption. Corruption is a major problem in India. It can hinder economic growth by discouraging investments and distorting the market. Infrastructure. India's infrastructure is inadequate. This can make it difficult for businesses to operate and can discourage investment. The education. India's education system is not up to par. This can make it difficult for Indians to compete in the global economy. Despite these challenges, India's economic growth is a positive development. The country has potential to become a major economic power in 21st centuries. However, it will need to address the challenges it faces in order to achieve its full potential. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe Geethanandan Academy for learning more.